Well, thank you very much, Andy. And that really was a fascinating tour through the world of intelligence. As an outsider, really liked what I heard. And I'm very glad that these U-turn curves, cars were not included. So how does the progress in artificial intelligence link to cars? That's easy. The smarter cars get, the more support they can provide to us. Think about it. The human brain and intelligent car share a similar logic. Information from different sources is collected to understand the environment and context correctly. We all know that traffic can easily get very complex with a myriad of inputs from different directions. So there's a lot of information to digest for human as well as machine brains. Humans receive information through eyes, ears, and other senses. Cars primarily collect data through cameras, radars, and other sensors. The key difference is in how the human and the automotive brain process the information. For us, knowledge is always an interpretation of experience and perception. I'll give you an example. How does your brain know that the chair you're sitting on really is a chair? And how do you recognize a chair that looks like this or like that? The answer, we all agree from our life experience that all these really are chairs. With intelligent cars, the issue of interpretation is different. To this day, cars or machines in general don't have childhood memories or growing experience they can build on. And so far, they barely exchange knowledge with others. Cars simply don't discuss whether a chair is a chair. Coming back to the classroom example, computers are like those hard-working kids who can easily recite facts or information, but fail in coming up with their own creative solutions. If the computer in a car is trained to strictly obey the traffic rules, it will stay behind a parked car. And it might stay there forever. Unlike us, it will never lose its patience and bend the rules. Really intelligent cars, however, will have to know the rules and be able to arrive at their own decisions based on each individual situation. The car will have to advance from observing to fully understanding complex situations. So, what do we do about this? Mercedes is taking a step-by-step approach. Our long-term vision is to create fully street-smart, self-driving cars like our concept cars F015 and Vision Tokyo. Ultimately, we want Mercedes cars to become those cool kids who know how to come up with their own solutions. And you can be sure that Mercedes cars will always be a lot of fun to drive along the way too. The key to doing so are so-called deep learning computers. Pretty much like humans interpret an image, not pixel by pixel, those computers interpret areas of information as a whole. The idea is labeling certain concepts like streets, vehicles, pedestrians. You can see it in this video from our R&D department, highlighted in different colors. As a result, cars don't have to be trained on each and every detail. That's just like humans don't have to be trained on each and every possible form of a chair. With this technology, cars will, for instance, learn to recognize the typical concept of street life in Stuttgart. And they will be able to adapt that knowledge to a street in China, a street in Detroit, or anywhere else in the world. That's automotive intelligence. Over time, our cars will apply deep learning to interpret their entire surroundings and even learn to predict people's intentions by analyzing gestures, movements, or postures. Humans, however, do not just learn from their own experience, at least the smarter ones among us don't. We also learn from what others tell and share with us. Now imagine thousands of intelligent connected cars out on the streets communicating and instantly sharing experiences on roadside information. That's when self-driving cars will really leave elementary school. And this is not science fiction anymore. The new E-Class is the very first series-built car that is equipped with car-to-X communication. This technology enables the E-Class to continuously talk to other cars and the infrastructure, and to keep learning. I can assure you, the new E-Class will be ahead of the game in all the advantages of machine intelligence that are available today. That's why we call it a masterpiece of intelligence. And we would not be very intelligent to have you wait any longer. It's time now to finally meet the new E-Class. My colleague, Thomas Weber, who is of course sitting in the front row, like back in school, is here now to walk you through all the smart details of this great car. Thomas.